Hey everyone, before I totally get into the video, I just wanted to let you guys know that our November night indie shirt dresses are back in stock. They sold out really quickly the first time that they were on the website, so we've restocked them, and there should be some still in at the moment. I'll link it down below the website, so you guys can go and check them out. Also, I'll link the video down below where I did a whole video styling these shirt dresses. It's like, yeah, but you can also wear it as a shirt and just tuck it in. But I thought I'd wear it today as well because I feel like it ties in quite well to the video that I'm doing today. I've had the idea for this video in mind for a really long time, and I just wasn't kind of sure how to best articulate it. What I wanted to say first of all as well is that the idea of the video isn't to, I'm not trying to get the idea into you to dress expensive and flashy as such, because that's personally not what I aim for when I'm trying to dress kind of to look more expensive or to look quite classy, put together. That's not my intention. So, I mean, you can use this video for that if you want, but that's not my intention. It's something that I've picked up over time. I think this way of dressing can come in quite handy for getting jobs or making a really good first impression. It's a very, you know, like style is all about making an impression on someone with how you choose to dress yourself. And I wanted to say as well, I know I've said it before, but I didn't come from a lot of money, and since growing up as a teenager, I really noticed how differently some people can treat you when it comes to how you dress, you know, like how you present yourself. I don't want this intro to get too rambly, but I think it's quite a good trick to know how to look more expensive even if you haven't necessarily spent a lot of money on your outfit, that you don't have to spend a lot of money on it. And I also don't like that sometimes some types of style can seem more elitist when they don't have to be elitist. Here are some of my things that I think can help you look more expensive when it's not necessarily expensive. So my first point, and I think the thing that shows expensive taste and expensive style really well, is a good fit, a good cut, and tailoring. They can all be separate, but I think they all kind of work together really well. If you're getting something like a blazer or a skirt or a coat as well, things like that, I think it's really important that they fit you well. With cuts, you don't want to get blazers, for instance, that hang way too over your hand. You don't want to get places that are too long for you, too short for you. Also with trousers, you don't want them to be too long and to bag up at the end. It's things like that that are quite noticeable. Clean lines just tend to look more expensive, and you don't have to spend loads on them. Okay, next I've got materials and textures. This is a massive one for me. This is the one where I think when I've been shopping around and things, I always try to look for materials that feel and look nice. So not, like, it might be hard to explain, but not bobbly materials, not materials that are like stretchy when they don't need to be. You know, it's not a piece that should be a stretchy piece. A great example is just when I kind of stopped shopping at Primark more. A lot of people get to the point where you realise that these dresses and things that you're getting are really like stretchy, the material doesn't last. So when you're spending your money, it's good to get materials that don't look cheap. And trousers as well, I think they really show. You know, if you get them in a bad material, I think it shows up obviously. I tend to try and stay away from a lot of bad jersey material. Some jersey can look lovely, but pieces with a lot of lycra in sometimes look a bit rougher. But it really depends. You can get lovely pieces made from all these types of materials as well. So it's just kind of training your eye to see them and to notice them. Materials that usually look really good as a finished piece are things like cotton, silk, wool, and also suede, and a nice soft real leather. A lot of pleather as well can look really good. Also, if you're buying shirts and dresses and things like that, and it's quite a thin jersey, they can tend to be quite see-through, and I think that also it doesn't look terribly expensive, you know, unless it's a sheer material and it's supposed to look sheer. Just watch out for see-through materials as well, when they shouldn't, you know, that piece shouldn't really be see-through. Okay, next I've got logos and flashiness. And this kind of does depend on the person, but I think overall the idea for looking expensive is to not everything about your outfit should be really flashy and brash, you know. I think there's usually quite a played down sense of style with expensive outfits. That effortless feel. You put an outfit on and you're just like, oh, you know, I just like chucked this on and walked out the door and it was just really easy going. But Monsieur Gabriel, their bags are very minimal and very plain, but they're like fashion insiders know of those designers. So it's not very flashy in logos, but people would know where it's from. My black All Saints bag is very like It's very simple and I really love wearing it a lot of the time because, and I think it just looks quite minimal, but it also looks quite effortless. Okay, next I've got accessories, and less is more. And like in a recent video I said, I've been getting into my gold Nixon watch, and sometimes it's quite nice with your accessories, if you're going for that kind of classy look, to just say something with that one accessory or that style of accessory. I love also those thin like band rings. A good pair of sunglasses can be quite good to invest in. For example, my Celine sunglasses, I got so much wear out of them and I didn't realise that I would, and I feel like they give such a nice finishing touch to so many outfits. Colours is my next one. If we're going for an in general view, I think a lot of outfits look more expensive and more put together when they're not very flashy out there colours, and when it's not outfits that are more colour blocking outfits. Almost more Parisian, timeless look. It's usually with neutral colours, white, black, grey, the camel tones, the beige tones, khaki, navy are good colours to aim for. But I think these days as well, I think with all the trends that are going around, having a pop of colour with those tones as well, I think still works. Like pops of colour are really nice as well. Okay, next I've put timeless pieces, but I think I've kind of already covered that. But I basically wanted to say that wherever your money is going, if you want to start looking more this way inclined, just try to look more at investing in the timeless pieces. I've got this white coat that I love, and I feel like it's almost quite military style, but I think it's quite timeless. You know, it's something that I'm really glad I spent my money on because it will always look classic and classy. I feel like I keep saying the same words, but it's really hard to try and think of different words for every point. I also like a good ballet pump. I think they always look quite classy and simple. A really nicely designed, well-cut leather jacket made from good material would last you so long, and I think even though that's not the classic expensive looking piece, it can go with things like tailored trousers and a white tee. Lastly, I put details, but things like your nails, your hair, you know, how your hair's looking. Also things like creases in your clothes, even though I'm really bad at that. I'm so bad at creases, but nicely pressed pieces. So for your clothes not to be dirty and have scuffs on them. That sounds really obvious, but it's all in the details as well. I think that's it. So I hope you guys have liked this video. Do let me know if it's been helpful and if it's a good idea. I hope it doesn't come across in the wrong way. I kind of wanted to put it out in a way to help people who aren't sure maybe how to get that polished look without, you know, having hundreds of pounds, because you can do it. Also, I wanted to say a few shops that could be good to go into if you haven't been into them before for having that more polished look and that like nice cuts to them. I think of shops like COS and All the Stories. I've been sitting here trying to think of more stores like that, and it's actually really hard. If you guys have any more suggestions, do leave them down below. But I know this is going to sound so much like a sale, but that is genuinely what we were going for with our brand, November Night, because we knew there wasn't many places like online or on the high street that were a bridge in between the cheaper stores and the really, like, you know, the designer stores that use nice materials and nice cuts and things like that. And I didn't plan this, but yeah, check out November Night. I'll link it down below again. We're really passionate about using good materials and things that aren't going to ruin in the wash and things like that, things that will last you a long time. So yeah, we also always want to make quite timeless pieces as well. So that is what we were going for as a brand. And if you guys have any more pointers as well, do leave them down below, because we'll kind of all help each other. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you'd like to see on my channel. As always, you can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter. I'll link them all down below. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Mwah.